Being a silent boss does not mean becoming cold, arrogant, antisocial, or pretending that you do not care about people. It means developing a level of self-control, confidence, discipline, and awareness that makes you less dependent on attention and approval. A silent boss does not need to announce every move because their behavior already communicates their standards. They do not constantly tell people what they are building, who they know, how much they have, or what they are planning to become. They understand that power becomes more valuable when it is directed rather than displayed. In a society where people are encouraged to document everything, explain everything, react to everything, and seek validation for everything, learning how to remain composed can become a serious advantage. Silence, when combined with competence, is not weakness, it is restraint. It is the ability to know that you could respond, but you do not have to. A silent boss walks into society with a different mindset. They are not entering every room trying to prove that they belong there. They understand that confidence is not demanding recognition. Confidence is knowing your value even when nobody is clapping. This changes the way you communicate, the way you make decisions, the way you handle disrespect, and even the way you deal with success. You stop chasing every conversation and start choosing which conversations deserve your energy. You stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You stop announcing your next move to people who have not earned access to your vision. You stop confusing being visible with being valuable. Your goal is not to disappear from society. Your goal is to become so internally grounded that society cannot easily manipulate your emotions, your decisions, or your identity. The first rule of becoming a silent boss is simple: stop needing to be seen. Many people spend enormous amounts of energy trying to prove themselves. They want everyone to know that they are successful, intelligent, attractive, connected, ambitious, or important. They post the achievement before the achievement has even created meaningful results. They tell everyone about the business before the business has generated anything. They announce plans before they have built the discipline required to execute them. But when you become comfortable with working without immediate recognition, something powerful happens. Your attention moves away from the audience and back toward the mission. You begin building because you want the result, not because you want applause. That is where quiet confidence starts. A silent boss understands the difference between privacy and secrecy. Privacy means you understand that not everyone deserves access to every part of your life. Secrecy, on the other hand, can come from fear or deception. You do not need to hide everything. You simply need to become selective. Your finances, relationships, family matters, future plans, personal struggles, business strategies, and private ambitions do not automatically become public property just because someone asks. One of the most powerful sentences you can learn is, "I'd rather keep that private." You do not have to become defensive when you say it. You do not need a long explanation. You can simply maintain your boundary and move forward. The second rule is speak less but make your words count. Being a silent boss does not mean sitting in a corner refusing to speak. It means removing unnecessary speech. When you speak constantly, your words can become cheap because people hear them so frequently. But when you listen carefully, think before responding, and speak with intention, people notice. There is tremendous strength in not reacting immediately. Someone insults you and you pause. Someone criticizes you and you listen. Someone tries to provoke you and you remain calm. Someone misunderstands you and you resist the temptation to write a 5-paragraph explanation. This does not mean accepting disrespect or allowing people to walk over you. It means refusing to give strangers control over your nervous system. A person who can control their reaction has more options than a person who reacts automatically. Anger narrows your thinking. Ego makes you predictable. Emotional impulsiveness gives other people a handle they can use against you. Calmness gives you time to choose your response. A silent boss learns that not every battle deserves to be won. Society will constantly offer you opportunities to become distracted. Somebody will question you. Somebody will gossip about you. Somebody will compete with you. Somebody will try to make you feel inferior. Somebody will attempt to pull you into an argument that has nothing to do with your goals. If you accept every invitation to conflict, you will spend your life fighting battles that do not improve your future. You need discernment. Ask yourself, if I win this argument, what actually changes? If the answer is nothing meaningful, walking away may be the more powerful move. Your time is a limited resource. Spend it like someone who understands its value. The third rule is stop explaining yourself to everyone. There is a difference between accountability and over-explanation. If you have responsibilities, communicate clearly. If you made a mistake, own it. If someone genuinely needs information, give it. But if someone has already decided that you are wrong regardless of what you say, continuing to explain yourself usually does not create understanding. It creates exhaustion. Some people do not want an explanation. They want access to your emotions. They want you to become defensive so they can keep the conversation going. The silent boss recognizes this pattern. They can say, I understand that's how you see it, and continue with their life. Another important principle is never announce every move. If you are starting a new project, you do not need to tell everybody. If you are changing your lifestyle, you do not need to broadcast it. If you are learning a new skill, you do not need to constantly announce the process. If you are saving money, building a business, preparing for a career change, or working on yourself, sometimes the best thing you can do is simply work. There is psychological power in keeping a goal private long enough to give it a chance to become real. Every announcement creates an opportunity for outside opinions to enter your mind. Sometimes you need fewer opinions and more execution.